My daughter put a boy in the hospital, and I've never been prouder. The afternoon sun was warm, but not too hot as my daughter and her friends gathered at the neighborhood park. It was one of those typical weekends where kids just hang out, play some basketball, or skate around the courts. My daughter had always been a little tougher than most girls her age, quiet, but not one to be pushed around, with a steady confidence that made you notice. She didn't start fights, but if one came her way, she never backed down. That day, there was a boy, maybe 15 or 16, a couple of years older than my daughter, who had a bit of a reputation. He was known around the neighborhood as the kind of kid who liked to stir trouble, pushing others around, throwing taunts, and intimidating anyone he thought he could. Some of the other kids avoided him. Others tried to laugh it off, but no one really liked him. The trouble started when my daughter's close friend, a quieter kid, got singled out. The boy started teasing him, calling names and shoving him a little too roughly. It was clear the friend wasn't going to fight back, just trying to keep his head down and ignore the harassment. But my daughter wasn't having any of it. She stepped in, walking right up to the boy and telling him to back off, to leave her friend alone. Her voice was calm but firm. No yelling, no threats. Just a straightforward warning. Instead of backing down, the boy smirked and decided to shift his attention to my daughter. The way he looked at her was something I'd never want my kid to see. Challenging, dismissive, almost daring her to do something about it. There was a coldness in his eyes, a sense of arrogance that made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The two exchanged words. It started as a verbal sparring match, tense but still manageable. But then the boy stepped closer, invading her space, and when he pushed her shoulder hard, things took a turn. My daughter reacted instantly. Without hesitation, she delivered a punch right to his jaw, a clean, sharp hit that caught him completely off guard. The boy stumbled backward, his balance lost, and then he hit the pavement hard. The entire park seemed to hold its breath for a moment. No one moved. Then the boy groaned, clutching his jaw, and laid still on the ground. Someone pulled out their phone and called an ambulance. The tension was thick, but my daughter stood her ground, arms crossed, watching silently as the boy was tended to by the adults who had gathered around. When I got the call, I was filled with a mixture of worry and pride. I rushed to the hospital, unsure what I was going to walk into. When I found my daughter sitting calmly in the waiting room, there was a strength in her eyes that struck me. She wasn't scared or shaken, just steady and unflinching. The doctors came out and told us the boy had a broken jaw and a concussion. He'd need surgery and would be out of school for a while. I stayed with my daughter late into the evening, thinking about what had happened. I kept replaying it in my head, not just the punch, but everything that led up to it. The bullying, the intimidation, the way she stood up for her friend and herself. She didn't act out of anger or aggression. It wasn't about starting trouble or proving something. It was about defending someone who couldn't defend themselves and making it clear that she wouldn't be pushed around. I've never been prouder of her. That afternoon was a defining moment, not just for her, but for me as a parent. It showed me the kind of person she is becoming: brave, loyal, and fiercely protective of those she cares about. In a world where so much seems uncertain and unfair, watching her stand tall and do what was right gave me hope. She reminded me that strength isn't just about physical power. It's about courage, conviction, and standing up for what matters. That day at the park is a story we tell now, not with shame or regret, but with a sense of pride and respect. It's a reminder that sometimes standing your ground is the most powerful thing you can do.